What if you walked into a city knowing your closest friend would betray you and that it would cost you your life? Would you still go? This is the story of the final hours of Jesus Christ and the beginning of the greatest story ever told. A betrayal, a brutal death, and a return that changed history forever. Jesus came to Jerusalem for Passover, a massive Jewish festival. Humbly and quietly, he arrived on a donkey. But he was welcomed like a king. Thousands flooded the streets. People laid down palm branches shouting, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." But behind the celebration, something dark was already beginning. The religious leaders were watching closely. They had a problem with Jesus, a big one. He challenged their authority. He exposed hypocrisy. He attracted massive crowds. And worst of all, he claimed a unique relationship with God. To them, this wasn't just dangerous, it was blasphemy. They feared losing control, so they made a decision.
Jesus had to go.
The night before his passing, Jesus sat with his disciples. A quiet room, a table, 12 men and their teacher. Jesus took bread, broke it, and said,
"This is my body, given for you.
Then the wine.
This is my blood, poured out for many."
They didn't fully understand, but this wasn't just a meal. It was a farewell, because Jesus knew this would be his last meal. While the others ate, talked, and laughed, he said something that froze the room.
"Tonight, one of you will betray me."
Shock, silence, confusion. Each of them asked,
Is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
but one already knew the answer. Judas. Torn between his emotions, doubt and expectation, something inside Judas had changed. He was frustrated, disappointed, because Jesus was not becoming the political savior he had hoped for. So he accepted money from the leaders who wanted Jesus dead, a decision he would later regret. Later that night, they went to a garden, Gethsemane. Jesus stepped aside to pray, and for the first time we see him struggle.
Father, if it's possible, let this pass from me.
But then he surrendered and prayed.
Not my will, but yours.
Meanwhile, torches appeared in the darkness. Soldiers, temple guards, and leading them, Judas. He walked up to Jesus and kissed him, but it was a signal, betrayal disguised as affection. The soldiers seized Jesus. The disciples, they ran. Jesus was dragged through the night, first to the religious leaders. Accusations flew. He claims to be the Son of God. Blasphemy. But they couldn't execute him themselves. So they brought him to the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. Pilate questioned him, but he saw no real crime. Still, the crowd screamed louder,
Crucify him! Crucify him!
and in the end, pressure won. Pilate hesitated, then gave in. Truth was drowned out by the crowd. Sometimes the loudest voices win, even when they're wrong. Jesus was beaten. A crown of thorns pressed into his head. Then he was forced to carry his own cross through the streets, up a hill to Golgotha, the place of the skull. They nailed him to the wood, hands, feet, lifted him up for all to see. Above his head, INRI, King of the Jews. People laughed, mocked him.
If you're the Son of God, save yourself!
But he didn't. Instead, he said,
Father, forgive them.
even now, even here, he chose mercy. Hours passed. The sky grew dark. Then his final words, "It is finished," and he died. His body was taken down, wrapped, placed in a tomb. A massive stone sealed the entrance. Guards were stationed. No one was getting in, no one was getting out. This story was supposed to be over. But 3 days later, Sunday morning, Maria Magdalena and another woman came to the tomb. Their goal? To anoint the body. But when they arrived, suddenly the ground shook, an earthquake. An angel descended from heaven and rolled the stone away. The guards, frozen in terror, like dead men. The tomb was open. Inside, angels, but no body. Maria Magdalena turned away, crying, grieving. But then, a man stood behind her. She thought he was the gardener.
Why are you crying?
He asked.
They have taken my Lord, and I don't know where they have put him.
Then he said one word, Mary. Everything changed. She recognized the voice, Jesus, alive.
Do not hold on to me.
He said,
I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go to my brothers and tell them.
So she ran and told the others. Peter and John rushed to the tomb. They found the burial cloth and the face cloth neatly folded. No chaos, no theft, just the overwhelming sense that something extraordinary had happened. And this was just the beginning. Over the next 40 days, Jesus appeared again and again, alive, talking, teaching. The same Jesus who had died. He proved he was alive. Then finally, Jesus ascended, returning to God, a return that changed the history of the world forever. That's it for today. What do you think? Was this the greatest story ever told, or something far more real? Let us know in the comments. If you want more epic stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And if you thought this story was powerful, here's another Bible story you might enjoy.